need someone, at least one person, to volunteer to answer that question. What do you understand by the word capital with respect to business? Can someone please help us define what capital is?
Use my business as an example. When I was going to set up Nation, I had to get a space, so paying for that, that's like investing in it, and I also had to get money also, to buy materials for making my products and all that. That is the way I understand.
Thank you.
Capital can be money. At the same time, you can use money to buy capital. Capital is that thing that yields returns for you. It's that thing you use in production. Okay, so that's what I think.
Capital is that huge amount of money set aside to start a business.
Thank you very much. Depending on how you understand yourself. So, you're right, you're also right. So, but let me pick from what you said, Mr. Isaac. So, Isaac said that capital is what you use as a means of production. It's what you use in order to facilitate production, right? So, in other words, it's a means to an end. So, capital is not an end in itself. It's a means to an end. And if that is the case, it means that whatever it is that can be employed to facilitate the running of a business in order to arrive at an end, which is making of more money, creation of more value, business growth, and what have you, whatever that can enable that can also count as what? Capital. But from most of your definitions, it appears we are focusing so much on financial capital, which is money. And it's good that we had this definition because it just opened our eyes to see how the majority of people out there, majority of entrepreneurs, how they look at capital. And unfortunately, that has caused a lot of hindrances and limitations to our businesses. So capital goes way beyond money, but money is also a very important part of capital. Some people, some motivational speakers will tell you, you don't need money to start a business. You can run a business, you can start a business without money. Who believes that? Who agrees with that? Okay, awesome. Who does not agree with that? Okay, 50-50. And as a matter of fact, you are right. The people who say they agree with that are right, and those who say they don't agree are right. It depends. It's similar to the way I define religion. The way you look at God, a lot of times, you are not wrong. The other person, the Muslim may not be wrong, the Christian may not be wrong, because the Muslim is looking at God from their own perspective, understanding of God, while the Christian is also looking at God from their own understanding. At the end of the day, both of you may be right, or let's not go into religion. So yes, I do agree that we need money to run a business, to start a business, to make money. I also think that we can also do without money. But before you can even assess those things that can be utilized to run a business aside money, you still need money to be able to access it. For instance, let's say you need someone to provide you a space, right? To start your business, your new business. You need someone to donate a shop space to you. By donating the shop space to you, you are not spending money, right? Because it's coming free to you, so you don't need money to start that business to that extent. But you need money to transport yourself to go see that person who donates the space for you, right? As when you decide not to go see the person physically, you have to make a call. You need money to buy your airtime. And you need money to buy data and what have you. This is just a sample, but basically at the end of the day, they operate simultaneously. You can't do without, you have to have them simultaneously working together, both financial capital and non-financial capital, if you want to achieve maximum impact in whatever business you're into or you're about to start. So I'll give my own definition of what capital is. So I see capital as that valuable resource. The valuable resource of a particular kind or of various kinds, which is employed for the creation of value and wealth in a business. So you can put it down. So it's that resourceful value which can be of various kinds. And it is employed for the creation of. So the end here is more value. The end here is wealth in a business, both for the business and for the end users. So that is what I see as capital. But like I already said, instead of focusing so much on money, we're going to discuss those non-financial capital that you may have been neglecting so much to the detriment of your business over time. But before I go into that, I would like to remind us of a quote that says that some people are so poor that all they have is money. So let's not be victims of that quote. Okay. Non-financial capital. So we have social capital. We have material capital. We have spiritual capital. We have intellectual capital. How many do you have? 4. We have experiential capital. Experiential, that's from the word experience. And we also have cultural capital. How many now? 6. In my own understanding, social capital, both understanding and my experience, social capital is the most important of all of these 6 examples I'm giving. So I'm going to leave it for the last. So let's, for instance, start with intellectual capital. Intellectual capital is your innate gifts, innate qualifications, abilities, skills that you can employ. Take for instance, grants, business grants. You see a lot of organizations say, for instance, Tony Elumelu Foundation. So every year, Tony Elumelu Foundation gives out grants to 5,000 or so entrepreneurs across Africa. And a lot of people have been beneficiaries. Do you have any beneficiary of the foundations? Oh, you're a beneficiary also. Congratulations in areas. So, in order to win that grant, Mr. What's your name, please? Oluwaseun. Mr. Oluwaseun had to employ intellectual capital. The grant he won is financial capital, right? But in order to access that financial capital, he had to first of all apply a non-financial asset or capital called intellectual capital. It is that intellectual capital that he employed in order to prepare his speech, prepare his proposals, and fill the necessary forms and all what's not that you are required to fill in order to qualify for Tony Elumelu's grant. Without that intellectual capital, if you lacked it, or you did not understand that you actually have it, even though you have it, there's no how you are going to access that grant. And talking about grants, I would advise everyone here who desires to, win grants to start thinking outside the box. What do I mean by that? Usually, we know the popular grants, we know the popular schemes, grant schemes, and empowerment schemes, and everyone is tilting towards that. We are running after those popular ones, and year after year you are applying, and most times you are not getting it. Eventually, you get frustrated. How about you take a break and decide to look around you more, be more sensitive to a lot of smaller ones, unpopular ones. A lot of people are winning grants every day, grants and empowerment schemes that you never heard of. You're smiling, Mr. Kenneth. Can you give us an example of what I'm talking about from your own experience?
Experience. I think what I'm doing at the time, I've applied for something that I'm not getting it. So I started applying for little grants like 150, 200,000 naira, and I was getting those ones. So far, the grant I've gotten, I've not gotten to. Although autonomy this year, I made it to the next stage from the now. But in previous years, I've just been applying for 150, 200,000 naira because I was not getting these bigger ones.
Okay.
And I've been getting those little ones, 150, 200, 250.
And so far, they've been immensely helpful to your business.
Yes.
Awesome. Can you mention just one name, one of the names of the grant program?
Cash of Passion Africa.
Cash for
Cash of Passion Africa.
Okay.
Then Osfan International. Osfan, yes. Yes.
How many of you have had, any of these grant schemes? No. See? Okay, you've heard one. So what we just saw is, this just shows you that there are lots of applying and struggling towards this very one, or those few ones that every other person is struggling towards. So you need to take a step, you need to take a pause and apply a different strategy towards this grant thing. Okay, so that's also I have a testimony. As a matter of fact, the Entrepreneur Africa was started with a grant. So we are beneficiaries of a grant. And it was one of those unpopular ones, one of those ones that not everyone knows about. And by the grace of God, this company was started with funds generated from that grant. So from my experience and from the story you've heard from Kenneth, this tells you that you need to, as you go back today, if you need to grow in your business with more funding, or you're just starting a business and you need financial capital to start it, you probably need to sit down and look more carefully, all right? And find out those ones that not everyone is going after. And who knows, before the end of this year, you might be a beneficiary. Okay, so that's intellectual capital. How about material capital? Material capital has to do with, it can be tools, depending on what business you're into. I've heard a lot of people here say they are fashion designers, right? How many fashion designers here? Okay. So, as a fashion designer, you work with tools, your sewing machine, and what have you. Maybe you're a producer, you produce one thing or the other. Soft drinks, a lady at the back talked about soft drinks, Zobo and what have you, right? So you work with tools. So those tools also count as what? Capital. Hello? So that is what we call material capital. And you can access it by the use of the financial capital, which is money. Or you can also access it without the use of financial capital. It all depends on how much you understand. So for instance, you want to start a business. I gave an example earlier. You want to start a business, but you don't have money to pay for a shop. You want to start a product-oriented business that needs a space, but you don't have the money to pay for it. Usually when you decide to go for the money, a lot of people, they start avoiding your calls. You are either seeking for a loan or you're seeking for support funds, a favor, and what have you. A lot of times that proves to be more difficult, way more difficult. So instead of you, instead of you to keep going after the money, which keeps frustrating you, why not take a sit back and think differently? Okay, so instead of me asking so and so, Mr. A, B, or C, for 500,000 naira to rent a space, why not approach him to give you a portion of his space? Probably has a business ongoing, but at his showroom or his store or whatever, there is an extra space that he's not using. And he probably doesn't know, he hasn't even noticed that that space is empty. So, but it is your job, you that have a need, to carefully look around you and see those opportunities. Or it may not be this scenario, maybe someone else that you know that has a house and has a space that they are not using. So you can decide to go for that instead of going for money. At the end of the day, the end justifies the means. So because even if you got the money, it's still a space you are going to use that money to secure, right? So at the end of the day, you achieve your purpose. So that is material capital. Let's talk about cultural capital. Cultural capital is one of the strongest influencers in today's business world. Why do I say so? People buy sentimentally. People patronize businesses with a lot of sentiment. And the earlier you understand how to use these sentiments, apply these sentiments to your advantage and to the advantage of your business, the better. Let's give an instance of that kind of sentiment. Let's say Polystar Electronics. Okay, Polystar Electronics. So Polystar is one of the few Nigerian indigenous electronics manufacturers. Indigenous in the sense that it's made by Nigerians. And it's a high quality product. High quality electronics product. Their products are, very high quality, affordable, and durable. What Polystar has been able to successfully employ that has made it to be the highest selling indigenous electronics manufacturer is cultural capital, sentiment. So when you go to Alaba, you discover that Polystar is selling like crazy. Alaba International. Why? Because within that market setting, they've been able to communicate that message that this is our own. They mentioned the name of the producer, the name of the CEO of the company is a Nigerian name, an Igbo name. In fact, they try as much as possible to tell you where he's from and the connection between where he's from and where you are from. At the end of the day, it's an appeal to emotion. Appeal to emotion is a very potent tool. So in whatever business you are doing, you need to sit down, look at it critically and see what emotions you can create out of it, what cultural capital you can create out of it. What is it about that business that connects to someone or that can connect to somewhere or something in someone? I just gave Polystar as an instance. Their own point of cultural connection is the fact that it is Nigerian. And of course our government is even helping matters more for them and for other local manufacturers with the promotion of the Buy Naija to do what? Buy Naija to do what? To grow Naira. So what does that represent? Sentiment again. So government is promoting that sentiment and it is in your benefit, in your interest to take advantage of that in whatever business you are in. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is, there's always a point of cultural capital in it. Are we still together? Okay, so let's look at spiritual capital. Spiritual capital. As very common as this may sound, a lot of us do not understand the potency of this capital. Remember, I didn't say religious capital. I said spiritual. And why I say spiritual is, what it means is that it doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't even matter whether you even have a religion or not. However, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you must, if you have not understood, you must understand that the world is supernatural. The world is beyond your physical efforts. There's a spiritual angle to everything we do in this world. And almost every successful person you know understands this and properly utilizes it. Almost every successful person you know is a spiritual person. So you must understand that your relationship with your God in your private place, not in your religious gathering, where you have to show off. Religious gathering a lot of times is like a social gathering for a lot of people. So this is now beyond that. This is about you, your business, and the God you believe and serve. So you must understand that and take it absolutely serious. Because whether you like it or not, the Christians understand that it is not of he that willeth or runneth. It is God that does what? Exactly. So you can translate that in your own religion. Are we together? Non-financial capital. So let's talk about, I think we've almost touched everything. We've talked about intellectual capital. Okay, let me be sure that you're following. Let's all read out the capitals we've talked about so far.
Social capital, material capital,
No, the ones we talk about.
Oh, the ones you have spoken. Okay. That's intellectual, material, cultural, and spiritual.
That's how many now?
4.
4. Okay. So let's talk about experiential capital. Okay? Experiential capital has to do with, just like the word implies, experience. This cannot be overemphasized. But a lot of people take it for granted and think that money can do it or a story. So in 2017, an acquaintance of mine started a business, an e-hailing taxi, e-hailing taxi service or cab service, just like Uber and Taxify. So she started between 2017 and 2018. She had a lot of money. She had a partner who came in with a lot of money, and they were putting money into anywhere and everywhere that they believed would help the business. So they were relying on their own abilities and the money that they had. They started, unfortunately, they didn't do proper feasibility studies, and they went and started in Southeast at a time when even Lagos was still trying to come to terms with this new kind of business or this new kind of service. So they started in Enugu and Anambra State. After running the business for almost a year, as a matter of fact, in order to start, they held a very grand launch event. Spent a lot of money, millions, again inviting people and spending a lot of food and what have you. And then spent a lot of money on Indians. They sent money to Indians to build the app for them. The Indians cooked up an app that was working in Switzerland without putting into consideration the Nigerian peculiarity of our environment and geography and all. And the app couldn't work here. And a lot of other mistakes they made. And then sometime in 2018, they visited Lagos and met with me. By then, they had already dissipated all their funds. So, do you now see the challenge? So, they did not realize the place of experience, of wisdom, of consulting, of working with people that are already in the system. So, by the time they came to that understanding, it was too late for them. Of course, today the business has folded after wasting so much millions. So, whatever it is that you do as a business person, you must understand that wisdom is not something that money cannot take the place of wisdom. Are we together? At the Entrepreneur Africa, we have a lot of people that we fall back on when it appears as if we are stuck somewhere. We have those people that we fall back on. And after 1 or 2 conversations, the situation becomes clearer. So you must have those kind of people in your business and in your life if you want to grow as a business person. Hello? Hi. And then, social capital. Social capital is the most important capital, more important than money. And social capital comes in different forms. It can be your business and personal relationship. Okay? Business and personal relationship. What kind of relationships do you create as a business person? When customers come and buy from you, does it end there? Or a client comes, consults with you, and you make whatever money you make from that single transaction? Is that where you leave it? Or do you create a relationship out of it? So you need to look at that, how you relate with your customers, potential customers, and what have you. That is business relationship. Usually it starts in your business, you start with business relationship. But if you are wise, you have to grow from that business relationship to personal relationship, from personal relationship to family. That's why on social media, Instagram especially, you see people make posts and they say farm, they use farm, right? Why are you calling me farm? I'm not your family. But that just tells you, the idea is to make you feel at home, like you are like you are part of that business. It's not just me running this business, it is us running this business. You must understand and be able to apply this to ensure that you take your relationship with your clients, your customers, from a place of business relationship to personal to family. And the moment you get to that point of family, it is finished. Just leave the matter. There is no need for proposal anymore. There is no more need for meetings. It's now a matter of phone calls and deals are done. That's how a lot of... Okay, Dangote, for instance, is a stellar example to all of us entrepreneurs. I was watching a video where Bill Gates was praising Dangote. He said that one of the things that makes him rely a lot on Dangote is because he feels like this man knows just who to call. He always knows who to call. He knows almost everybody, and that is relationship. So Dangote understands that even though he's from the north, he needs to create relationships in the south, in the east, in the west. So he has friendship with almost any position you can think of, any big businessman you can think of. I was watching, I saw a news yesterday, he visited the chairman of BUA. He's as big as he is. You see Dangote visiting. Last year, I think there was a picture that was trending on social media where Dangote visited Peter of P Square. I don't know if anybody has seen that picture. Yeah. So he visited Peter at his home. Does Dangote need to go to Peter's house? But that is Dangote. He understands the importance of building relationships. And no matter how big you are, there is always a place where money fails you. And when money fails, and when everything else fails, that is where your social capital kicks in. Of course, personal branding. I'm about to round up. So personal branding, we're in that kind of age now, where your personal brand is a lot of wealth, a lot of value. So depending on the kind of business you're doing, a lot of people don't even have any other business aside their personal brand. Nowadays, people now represent business. You can call a name now, and the person has no store, has no brand, nothing except his or her name. And they are making a lot of money. So why not wake up to that reality and implement it in your life and your business? And how do you do that? You need to come out from your shell. It's no longer that time where you hide and project the business. If anybody could hide, it should have been the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of, the chairman of Facebook, chairman and founder of Facebook. I'm sure Mark was a nerd, to me, right? I'm sure he was a nerd, just a computer guy, a tech guy behind the system. But eventually he had to understand that there's no Facebook without the name Mark. So that is the personal brand behind Facebook. And if Mark's name is corrupted, trust me, Facebook is going down. And that's why he doesn't take it for granted. So your personal brand is as important as your business brand. And you need to take that serious. So watch what you post on social media. A lot of people I see on social media, I see someone commenting on all these popular pages, news pages, some that even with their business handle, commenting all kinds of insensitive things. And so you just need to watch whatever you say, whatever you do. And then you need to begin to grow that personal brand. It's no longer that time when you say, I'm not a social media person, or I'm not good in writing. There's always someone who's good in writing, who is around you. So you can always employ. But whether you like it or not, you need to come out, you need to begin to build let people have a feel of you. The moment they have a feel of you, it becomes easier for them to want to do business with you. Hello? And then, of course, your business brand is also very important. Reputation is absolutely important. The reputation of your business. Make no mistakes about it. Information now fly at the speed of light. So do not think you can play sharp. It's no longer that time when you play sharp on some people when you're making business deals or you're transacting with people. Because with one post on social media, your business goes under. So you need to understand the times we're in. So the reputation of business, and of course I will end with this. I've talked about, there's a very salient point I wanted to make under this social capital. I don't want to miss this. Your reputation, your business brand, okay, I'm sure I'll come back to it before we finish here. But ladies and gentlemen, what I think we have come to understand at the end of this short presentation is that your non-financial capital represents represents the kind of value that a lot of times your financial capitals may not be able to bring to your business. And guess what? In whatever you do, you must be service-oriented in that business you're doing. First of all, serve. When customers come to you, do you just sell to them? No. Don't just sell. Assist them. Help them make the right choices. Put yourself in their shoes. Guide them through. Say, okay, why not do it this way? Why not do it this way? Our sponsors, a lot of times, when our sponsors want to come on our platforms for our events, a lot of times, when they reach out to me, I give them guidance. I'm like, you know what, when you come, this is how you address the audience. This is the kind of audience that is coming, and this is how I think you can best connect with them. And in fact, I think you should come with this or come with that. So that at the end of the day, they don't just leave and forget you. When they leave, they need to go with a piece of you and a piece of your business. That is service. And guess what? The great Henry Ford says something about service-oriented business. He said that they only have one thing to worry about when it comes to profit, and that is the fact that it will be embarrassingly large. What did I say? Service-oriented businesses or service-dedicated businesses have only one thing to worry about when it comes to profit, and that is the fact that it will be what? Embarrassingly large. Thank you so much.